Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football.
Okay, Coach, thank you. We are technically 5 miles east of Washington, D.C. That's where the home of the Washington Redskins resides, FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the Washington Redskins. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out comes the Redskins offense now onto the field. They are led out by the 15th overall selection in 2019, former Ohio State Buckeye Dwayne Haskins.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers? 1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss. Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
And here a look at the offensive starters for the Redskins.
And I think we'll see a renewed sense of urgency out of this team this week because they have to make sure they don't waste this homestand. They had a home game last week, lost it. Now they've got the second straight. They've got to take advantage of it, get a win before they head out on the road.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. 2nd down, Haskins. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. This is how the defense will line up for Seattle. They've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Strip that ball. Got it. Mike 51.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up 1st downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson, he's going to take off with it. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a 1st down.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Go ahead. 56 and Mark, 56.
Now Wilson on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. And here's the starting offensive unit for Seattle.
And they're coming off a good win on the road last week, but they do know that they have a home game next week. So all the focus has to be, can they get a second win on the road and make going home that much sweeter? That's the intention in this ball game.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And out. The ball comes out, and the Redskins scoop it.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit And in this case, lose the football.
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong. Is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
And the head coach reaches for the red flag, tosses it down on the field. He wants a challenge here.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, and now nothing but green ahead of him. The 20. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. His third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
He went all the way into the end zone. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
Early in November. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The safety blitz works perfectly that time for Landon Collins. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Rolling to his right. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. 23 yards the pickup there.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He's able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
And he'll go down at the 28. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Now Haskins to throw it. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Now it's Haskins. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
We got 4.
Now Ito Smith. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They'll try to run this one in, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. He loses 4, and it brings up 4. Okay, so you just took the big loss. Now what are you doing on 4th down?
Well, we have a change of plans now is what we have, because I think they were looking at the play sheet, trying to dial something up to go for it on 4th down. But after that loss, that goes right out the window. Now you have to kick the field goal and hope to come back down the next time and score.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. He'll look to shake off the interception on the opening drive. He should at least be comforted that it resulted in 3, not 6.
And if I were him, I would be the guy all the way out on the field greeting my defense now, saying, thanks a lot. You held them to a field goal after I turned it over. That's a big defensive stand for them. He needs to go out now and make up for what he did on the first drive.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Forced out to his left. Looking left sideline, it's complete. 23 yards, the final tally.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
They go play action now. Wilson, he'll buy some time right. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
56 from Mike, boy. 56. Check 56. Here we go.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. Buying time to his left. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson dancing to his left. He'll try and run it. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage.
What? That. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson being chased out left. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
On 2nd and inches, Haskins. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. Complete, Smith has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Here we go, D. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
From the red zone now, Haskins on 1st down. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Slants are so tough to cover because everything happens so fast. But sometimes it happens too fast for the guy catching the ball because all of his movements have to be quick off the line of scrimmage, and then all of a sudden the ball's right on top of you. And maybe he got a little bit ahead of himself there.
And a lot of times coming in with good pace, and he dropped it.
Here we go again.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. The Redskins on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Staying on the ground. This time it's Smith. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself, and that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Play action. Now Wilson. They'll roll him out right. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 39. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Here's Haskins. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target. And it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 now. Haskins nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Partner, when you're not able to run the ball successfully, it really messes everything up for an offense because no longer are you setting the tone and dictating the game. If you do want to throw the ball, play action's kind of gone out the window because they don't respect the run. And last but not least, you don't get to dictate it all when you want to throw the football, and that really hurts you as an offense.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This from 54 yards away. And this one is right down Broadway. And that's going to make this a 16-0 ball game. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
That one goes for 24 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Play action. It's Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They go play action with Wilson. Sliding out of the pocket. This complete to Lockett. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Wilson now. Off play action. Steps away to his left. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf. His 4th touchdown on the year. As they are now on the board here in the 1st half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. So now a 2-point conversion attempt coming for Wilson and the Seahawks.
Further. 198. Watch 98. 98.
To throw again is Wilson. Flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down. And he will get into the end zone to shave 2 more points off the deficit. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. It's the 2nd quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series until those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they'll search for that patience here now. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this 1st half. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Here's Haskins again. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. It's rare that a receiver of his caliber would drop one pass, but that's now 2 times he's had his mitts on one and lost it.
Yeah, and I don't think that they're going to lose confidence in him, though, because of the track record. Such a good player, maybe having a bad game, but I think they'll still go to him in a critical spot.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room. This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Forced out to his left. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on 3rd. On the ground, Kamara. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. So we have reached halftime here. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. He's got Lockett. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 30 yards there. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Wilson steps away. 20. It's caught. Lockett. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. He will push his way down to about the 14. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen.
tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Montez Sweat in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Third and long. It's Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year as his guys have cut the lead down to 2.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
You gonna see me in your nightmares. 51 the mic, boy. 51.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
Third quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe first or second, you don't. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to I don't like to chase a lot of points, but I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
So here are the Redskins now to take over. Remember, right now they are on a 6-game losing streak, trying to snap that. And a good sign is they've got the lead in the football. Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A pretty big opening there on 1st down. 8 yards up to the 33. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Kid had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. This pass finds its way to Williams, and to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. So let's glance at a player's spotlight now with Russell Wilson. So with the 3 interceptions, how does he erase those from his mind and just focus on this drive?
I think he may need to.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Whip. Watch the whip. Where? 51, Mike 51. Watch the screen. 66. Bullet. Watch the screen.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Out to his left. He's going to take off with it. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
They'll run. This is Kamara. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Let's get it. Go. 14.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
His throw caught right around the 6. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. How do you break down his game so far? Just the 1 touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't, not until you balance it with the error side. You know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. That's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's Smith. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Redskins with the football, but trailing here as we get down to the good stuff. Quarter number 4. From midfield now, Haskins. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
The Redskins on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Now it's Haskins. The open man is Smith. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 31-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Haskins now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. It's complete to Williams. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Mike Williams, his first touchdown on the year. And the Redskins are going to retake the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10.
Go for it. 56. Mike, 56.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. 23 yards on the play. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Alert.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. No gain, and it's 2nd down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. They go play action now. Wilson buying time to his left. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll buy some time right. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a gain of 34.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Alvin Kamara hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks have once again taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
5 plays there on that drive. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Airing it out deep for Wood. Oh, wide open, complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. Big yardage that time for the Redskins. 42 yards.
I love the poise in the pocket right here. Protection, absolutely sensational. And he's able to use that protection to scan the field, make sure his receiver came open, and then deliver a perfect pass. That was beautiful.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Haskins. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Throwing again. Haskins. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Sack City. Sack
The amount of
City, baby.
sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Myers' kick is good, and that'll bring him back within a point. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll roll him out right. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Off the play fake. Wilson dancing to his left. Fight. Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. To throw is Wilson. Off the play fake. Sliding out of the pocket. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Slow down. Mike 51. Mike 51. I got 3 legs.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Being chased out left. He'll run it. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Oh, Wilson going to throw. Rolling to his right. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards.
Here we go.
What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay.
Game, offense.
So that'll back them up 5.
Let's go.
Still 1st down.
The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for 1st and goal.
Check 43.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. Kamara trying again, and he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Alvin Kamara, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And Charles, the second time today that he has hit pay dirt.
And once you score the first one, there is that natural tendency, and there's also that eagerness to get back there again. Oh, he smells it. This guy smelled the end zone, and twice he's gotten there.
And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So here's Haskins and the Redskins. Down by 7. A little over a minute and a half remaining. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on first down. Now it's Haskins. That's complete to Smith. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally taken down at the 15. A big play there on the catch and run. 59 yards. He's back to throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Mike Williams that time. And now it's second down. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere. Yeah,
and I love how you described that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, wow, I thought you were going to go on the field, but okay, I see you. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. It's Williams on the catch. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. They'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Now Myers for the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was polished off by a Redskin touchdown. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. They get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Wilson to throw. He'll buy some time right. This complete to Lockett. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Here's Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play.
The previous play is under review.
We got this.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
What? 380. Look, 56. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Throwing now is Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their second-year kicker. His first attempt of the afternoon, and it's for the win. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their second-year kicker. His first attempt of the afternoon, and it's for the win. And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And we have free football. Overtime. Here we go, my friend. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. A gain of 6 there on first. He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. Haskins now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. They go play action now. Haskins. This is caught by Williams. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Now they'll run on the draw. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal. Biggest play now in this opening drive of overtime. This is 3rd and goal. Now it's Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for the loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
And Myers able to knock it through, and they have regained the lead. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. The field goal would push it to sudden death. We just saw the field goal on the other end, but I don't think they are thinking field goal. At least not to start this drive. They're not thinking field goal.
Not at all, because your point is well taken. Yeah, kick the field goal, you push it to sudden death, but you're also kicking off and giving the other team the ball with a chance to kick a field goal and beat you. Get the touchdown, finish the game off. That has to be the mindset.
11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle. They held him in check in the 1st half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the 1st half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Check. 14. Touch 50.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Play action. It's Wilson. On the move to his left. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Now Wilson on 1st down. Steps away to his left. And he's going to keep it here.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Defense.
In overtime, you have to be smarter than that.
A personal foul just can't happen. Have to have poise.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run it with Kamara, and he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime.
Let's go!
Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Seahawks, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, add one more loss to the column. That drops them to a woeful 1-9 so far. And they'll try to rebound next week as they